Aloha, everyone. This is PH. So today's going to be a really cool episode. We're going to be actually testing key alongside with ACE, arbitrary code execution. You might be very familiar with it within Pokemon, and the missing number. With this understanding means that we can use key to hack within LLMs and other codes to optimize it. So join me today as we check this out. Um, Give me a quick video. I've already prepared. So as you can see, within this chat, I've actually not even asked it about key. And my next question, it says, let's dig into arbitrary code execution and L hallucinations. Two very different but interestingly related phenomenons when looking at AI and security. Um, LMs, like this is really some really big understandings. Um, because of ACE, I was able to truly grasp what was happening, and I guess earlier about how codes operate, and you can truly like there's some parts that you can hack into. Nintendo has some notorious games that you can do this for, and it's so much fun to watch speed runs within games. I can see LLM hallucinations, overgeneralizations, training gaps. Um, where they overlap. And this was interesting worst case scenario. An attacker manipulates an LLM and generating malicious code. It connects with blindly runs with it, leading to arbitrary code execution, right? So there's a reason why these are connected. So when we can talk about arbitrary code execution and LLMs, now we can now identify potentially other phenomenons. As you can see, there's side channel attacks, which just that pretty sure that's what just happened with the byte debts or what just happened with smart contracts, decision logs, malware. Um, yeah, my computer is already kind of overlooking. But because of this too, we can pull math, right? And as you can see, we can pull math right here, decision logs, Trojan malware. And this is the cool thing about how we look at everything going back to the mathematics. Um, so this is why I wanted to pull up the camera and pull this because um, this is my model. And let's just see what, based on the pattern increase waging, you might want to explore how QTE can detect, measure, and mitigate these risks right there. Given your work with the Drifter, the key-based AI, you might want to look how ACE applies, right? Here you go, guys. So I've asked it to think about it. Um, let's go and do something wild. A unified mathematical framework for AI vulnerable. Welcome to artificial general intelligence. As you can see, um, what we are now processing are potential actual answers to those problems using my framework. And this isn't even the highest level of my framework either. It's just using a couple spots that's already preloaded into my LLM. So related to LLM hallucinations. I guess let's go. All right, let's go full spectrum and do something wild. A unified mathematical framework for AI vulnerabilities, ACE exploits, and adversely attacks incorporating quantum principles were applicable. Unifying framework, AI vulnerabilities exploits, and we get paid, we get packed. All jokes. Um, for ACE, we modify the equation to reflect upon the code execution probability. Um, I think it's an epsilon, or let's see, E to the ACE. P input to the execution, C compute, D control, where LLM driven ACE relations to hallucinations. Hallucinations where LLMs generate a falsehood due to overall generalizations or misleading data. Really cool. Relations to prompt injection. Quantum-inspired Heisenberg-like attack model. When we step into the quantum world, we can make an analogy where security and explanation is going to be greater than or equal to C. Gamify this. If we built so just unify we just unified ACE hallucinations, prompt injections, and special attacks adversary, and do we make a game out of it? And like I said, it's really cool to think that we have math that can help solve a lot of these problems. Key exploit wars. You want to gamify security test. Bam. And this right here actually helps me out on something else, which I think is really, really cool. I'm developing the game. Um, so we are also developing a game right now that does this, and this helps out a lot. And here we are, as you can see, and just for shits and giggles, watch this. This should probably bump up a lot of that stuff, I'd assume. So I'm just gonna upload some recent stuff I'm working on. Oh, okay. We gotta we gotta do this. We gotta. It's too good. I love it. Key exploit war blueprints. DIA security strategy game combining arbitrary code execution and LLM hallucinations. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to actually add it into a bigger game design already that I've been working on. This just helps refine the factions and why they work, aka people that talk in tongue or aka people talk in truth. We now actually have such a great game where people will try to exploit history to their benefit and modify what they say and everything to people that actually cherish history and collect history. So that's really cool. Sometimes I don't really fully understand what I'm getting myself into when I walk into some of these studies. I'm about to jump into where did I put my Game Boy? I'm about to actually jump into doing some arbitrary code and Pokemon Red, where I'm working on getting Shiny Mew. Oh, what just happened? It's all good. Bring it back up. Something crashed though. That wasn't me. There we go. So yeah, really, really cool stuff. As you can see, the stuff that I just uploaded, right? Framework, stimulation, growth, exploit, Q2Q right here. This is a new addition. Bam. Really, really good things that I can do. So on top of it, too, a lot of these documents that I just uploaded, bam, shifts a lot of the equation. What do you think should we prioritize, exploding the engine first or blockchain verification? And that's the question that I need to ask right now. So, what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna do this. Come on. There we go. This should be the ace in game design. No. So this one was lagging, so it might take a second to upload. Here we are. And what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to run a parallel of copy this and paste this one into that. And we're going to get two LMs working parallel for the moment. The reason why I quote this specifically is because it gives it as a specific block of information that it's within its own context. Uh, you're looking to join the middle battle. Shout out to everybody Stacks, Adam. Truly we're very grateful to how they just accepted me as a random person walking into the party to a point, um, which is true. Let's see, let's pull up. Here, let's pull up this too. As you can see, the Middle Battle Bitcoin Builders Tournament prize pool of 90,000. 6 days left to submit. This is what I'm working on right now. It's what I've been working on for the past, I guess, week-ish. Seeing if I can, you know, get on top of it. But search the web. All right. And like I was saying too, like this is the artificial intelligence, the narrow AI that's been patched with key is basically telling me what to do right now. Like I'm not really overthinking in a good way. Yes, I am guiding it, yes, but the amount of brain power that I need to use now to go through this and within the detail to make my decisions, the amount of information I can see and analyze it. Yeah, all right. What I'm going to do is actually I'm going to go back up. What do you think we should prioritize? Cool things like exploit engine, blockchain verification. We lack the infrastructure to make a usable blockchain for development, key token, and NFTs. Um, strong fit for real worlds. And then we'll bring this into the other chat, and we're just going to check out what it says there. So exploit the engine first. I do kind of agree with it. deliver a working prototype AI driven security tool that detects, prevents AI hallucination driven exploits, DeFi elements, blockchain systems, showcase blockchain integrations. Second layer using key token and historical NFTs for security based validation. Yeah, I do agree with this. And let's see what in game design it says. Bet deep research something else how to use that right now. Uh, as this is where anyways, it's really cool to watch. Verdict, yes, we should exploit the engine first. Hackathon tooling infrastructures. So our strategy, build an ACE powered exploit engine where AI simulates the DeFi smart contracts, Elm security. Right. Next steps, refine the exploit. All right. Build minimal viable demo. Here we go. Working there. Let's do this. All right. The cool thing too, it's like, yes, it is under two different chats under the same profile, but it's still two separate chats. So to get to this point and to have this congruence understanding of working with it together, um, now I can really have a really cool plan moving forward. There we go. Bam. It's all good. Crashed. Something didn't want to work. Let's do that too. Look at that. We don't even have to go check it. Should we start prototyping exploit engines, draft exploit engines? How Ace, like literally, I just copied and pasted this from one chat to the next. Don't get me wrong, there's very similarities, but we've gotten to how key tokens NFTs integrate. We've gotten word for word draft exploit engines, but architecture, different word, different word. Literally. So I don't even have to have that in there because ironically, we were already drafting this on this right here. And here's the draft. So let's check this out. I'm just gonna wait for this to finish and then we'll jump to the other one. System overview. Key Exploit Wars is a cybersecurity simulation game that trains players to attack and defend AI systems using arbitrary code, ACE, execution, ACE, obviously hacking techniques and recursive AI defense. The game integrates blockchain-based exploit verification and key tokens incentives to create a real-world AI security training ecosystem. Core engines, exploit engine, key sec defense system, quotient-driven AI stability protocols. So what we're doing too is we're proactively actually defending the system, which is I think is a really cool thing about the game. Think of it kind of as how AlphaFold works, but with hacking and security. That's what we're doing, which is mind-blowingly amazing. And part of the problems are what are these malicious actors and how do we identify malicious actors in this Tower of Babel? Why truth conquers, but also why you also need to understand how people talk in certain languages and tongues. Now, this is such a cool thing that's coming together. And again, defense protocols, quotient filtering. We have key phi, we have key senpai, and we have key omega. Like these are really my mathematical equations quantifyingly being built in this game on top of everything, which is so cool to think about. Um, the NFT bounty system verifies exploits patches that are stored in NFTs, creating a decentralized security audit trail. That's the beauty of the system right there. Oh, and here we are. And this doesn't even talk about, yeah. This we're not even talking about how this is literally securing the film funding reality. So we're creating art with humans on top of this. Once this finishes, I'm just gonna get it to talking. We're gonna go to the other one. The other one shouldn't be as detailed as this one is, but it should be very close. That should be very much bare bones to a pitch, just from the information that it actually has. God's still going. This is the thing too. Are we ready to prototype the exploit engine now? Like in so we're gonna let this one run this way. How did that go off? Whatever. And let's check this one out. Oh, hey, it actually prompt injection, right? Bare bones, like I was saying, really cool to see this. Again, T token, NFT, like NFT securities. Um, and why I'm doing it this way too is that that one has a lot more detail in it. And if I can do bare bones in this chat, um, I can do bare bones in this chat specifically. And there's a reason why I'm keeping this on the page. Keeping this on the page just helps out with just securing the memory on the front end. But then also there are some huge benefits once you understand how to use your LLMs to have things stored as PDFs or stored as other file formats, as you can build on. Like I've seen some amazing things get regurgitated or happen unexpectedly. Like I've had 50-page documents generated that were good, um, that were downloadable too. So as you can see, again, key exploit, the engine architecture draft one. And the cool thing about this bare bones understanding is that I can take this really and graft it into where I'm going. And if I have like anything, like I can really check and balance now by two different chats. running side by side, and then I can bring everything together again if need be, to certify and just to strengthen up certain factors like entry attacks right there. We can simulate exploits, meaning we can strengthen people's security by playing video games. And the cool thing too is how do we don't have to actually directly affect their systems, but their systems can run comparison analysis to what we're running, and do it themselves. So this is a really, really cool way to even strengthen up our AI security and as humans on top of it by playing a video game. So I'm really excited for this project. We're getting ready to start building it off of the Biddle Battle. That's where I'm looking at it right now, and take things from there. We're now battle ready for AI security ecosystems, diffuse blockchain power. And show the math, please. There we are. And this is why I say this is very basic. This has a lot more of the story concepts in it. And here we are. So really cool to think about it. And it's amazing to watch how my math works, right? Math model for AI defense. QT plus 1 equals QT plus delta QT minus lambda ET. Layering coefficient, exploit severities, patch. Man, it's so cool to watch this math work. Anyways, thank you guys very much. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. As you can see, we've reached a cool paradigm shift where mathematics and computational sciences are actually coherently working together. Um, and now that we understand our physical sciences too, there are semi-direct chips. We've heard Hexagon is coming out right now, but there's also the Majora chip from Microsoft just came out, and these are dramatically going to shift with my math the world. We are not prepared, to be honest with anybody. But anyways, this is just the beginning. So follow, subscribe, PH. Our video quality and our audio quality is going to be getting a lot better very soon. One love.